She stood frozen in the hallway, heart pounding, as the words left his mouth. "If you fit in that dress, I'll go to prom with you." The rich boy, confident, smirking, the kind of guy everyone knew and whispered about, laughed like it was the funniest challenge he'd ever heard. No one expected anyone to actually take him seriously, least of all her. But there was something inside her, a spark of determination she couldn't ignore. She wanted to prove that she wasn't just another face in the crowd, another invisible student no one noticed. Months passed, and every day, she remembered his teasing laughter, the way it echoed in her mind. Friends warned her not to get her hopes up, saying he was just playing a game, but the thought of standing up to him, of showing him she could, kept her going. Meanwhile, the rich boy carried on, as if nothing had happened, unaware that his careless words had planted a seed he would soon regret. Now, as prom night approaches, everything changes. She's been working quietly, preparing in ways no one could imagine, and the boy who laughed is about to discover that some challenges aren't so easy to brush off. When the night finally comes, no one, including him, will see what's about to unfold by the time he looks her way. Months of doubt and determination collide, and the reaction on his face will leave everyone speechless. But will he ever expect the transformation that's about to happen? The answer is coming soon, and it's going to shock everyone. Ever since that hallway moment, her life had quietly changed. She wasn't the same girl who had stood there, frozen and unsure. She spent months planning, choosing the right dress, and slowly building the confidence that had always been hidden beneath the doubt. Every mirror became a challenge, every step outside her comfort zone a small victory. Friends started noticing the difference, whispering about the glow she carried, though no one knew the full story. Meanwhile, the rich boy remained the same, popular, charming, and completely unaware that his careless joke had sparked something serious. He went through his days thinking nothing had changed, laughing with his friends, throwing casual comments around, never imagining that the girl he teased was quietly preparing to surprise him in a way he'd never forget. What made this story even more complicated was their history. They weren't strangers. They had grown up in the same town, seen each other at school events, sometimes smiled awkwardly in passing, but never really connected. Yet that one careless remark created a ripple, a tension neither of them could ignore now. As the weeks went on, rumors about prom plans started spreading, guesses about who would go with whom, and who might finally stand out. She kept her intentions hidden, letting the anticipation build like a quiet storm. Every glance from him felt charged with unspoken tension, every hallway encounter like a small battle of wills. The closer prom night came, the more everyone sensed something was about to explode, and no one could predict just how shocked he would be. When the moment finally arrived, the week before prom, felt like walking on a tightrope. Every hallway, every classroom encounter, seemed to carry extra weight. She noticed the rich boy's laughter a little too closely, the way he tossed his charm around, oblivious that she was quietly preparing for the moment that would change everything. She found herself balancing nerves with excitement, her friends teasing her about being on a mission, while secretly, they were curious to see what she had planned. Meanwhile, he had no idea that the girl he had laughed at was no longer the same. In his world of parties, money, and popularity, he rarely paused to notice the quiet ones, the ones who observed, learned, and grew. But little by little, rumors started to swirl. Some classmates whispered that she had been working on something big, and the curiosity grew, adding another layer of tension to the upcoming prom. At home, she wrestled with some. There were nights she questioned if it was worth it, if stepping into the spotlight would truly matter, or just make her feel exposed. Her parents tried to encourage her, reminding her that confidence often comes from within, and that no challenge, no matter how daunting, is impossible to face. Those words sank in, but still, uncertainty lingered like a shadow she couldn't shake. Even her friends had their own stakes in the story. Some secretly hoped the rich boy would finally see her in a new light, while others worried about his ego and the drama that could unfold. Every conversation hinted at the inevitable collision, every glance between them loaded with unspoken tension. Prom night was approaching fast, and with it, the unspoken challenge loomed larger than ever. The question everyone whispered, but no one dared answer, was whether he would truly be ready for the shock she had been carefully crafting. The night of prom finally arrived, and the school gym buzzed with excitement. Lights twinkled, music pulsed, and everyone seemed to glow in anticipation, but she felt a different kind of energy, an electric mix of nerves, determination, and a thrill that made her heart race. She had spent months preparing for this moment, and now, every second felt like it was leading to a single point, the moment he would see her. From across the room, she spotted him. The rich boy was laughing with his friends, perfectly confident, completely unaware that the girl he had laughed at months ago had been quietly transforming herself. His presence alone made her stomach twist with a mix of fear and excitement. She could feel the whispers around them, classmates guessing, wondering, and waiting for the inevitable confrontation. Her friends tried to distract her, but she barely heard them. Every step she took toward him felt heavier, charged with tension. She remembered his challenge, the careless laughter, and the disbelief in his eyes. That memory fueled her resolve. This wasn't just about a dress or a prom date. It was about proving that she was seen, that she mattered. He finally looked her way, and for a split second, the laughter died in his eyes. There was confusion, surprise, and something unspoken that made her pulse quicken. Everyone around them seemed to pause, the music fading into background noise as all attention centered on the two of them. In that moment, the air between them was thick with anticipation. Hearts raced, whispers swirled, and the entire night seemed to hold its breath. No one could predict what would happen next, and the tension was unbearable, ready to snap at any second, just as the rich boy's eyes locked onto hers. A new wave of tension rippled through the room. He started to step forward, a half-smile forming as if he thought he knew what was coming, but then, she noticed something that made her pause. Across the gym, another girl appeared, dressed in a way that drew the eyes of nearly everyone around. She was confident, radiant, and seemed to glow under the prom lights, instantly shifting the energy in the room. Suddenly, whispers turned into murmurs, and murmurs into chatter. People began to speculate, some nudging their friends, all trying to guess what was happening. The rich boy's attention flickered between her and this unexpected rival, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his usually confident face. For the first time it seemed he didn't fully control the situation. Her pulse quickened, not with fear, but with a sharpened sense of challenge. This was no longer just about proving him wrong. It was about navigating a moment she couldn't have predicted. Every eye in the room was watching, every heartbeat felt amplified, and the tension grew thicker by the second. Meanwhile, her friends exchanged nervous glances, realizing the drama had escalated far beyond what anyone had expected. The music felt distant now, replaced by the unspoken standoff between the two girls and the rich boy caught in the middle. In that charged silence, it became clear that prom night would be more than a simple challenge. It was about pride, perception, and power. And as she took a step closer, ready to confront not just his laughter but this new twist, the entire night seemed poised to explode into something no one would forget. She took a deep breath and stepped into the center of the gym, letting the lights catch the full effect of her transformation. The dress fit perfectly, flowing elegantly, and for a moment, the room seemed to fall silent. All eyes were on her, and she felt a rush of confidence she had never known. The rich boy froze, disbelief flickering across his face as he realized that the girl he had laughed at months ago had not only accepted his challenge, but completely surpassed every expectation. For a heartbeat, he struggled to find words, his usual charm failing him. Then, just as the tension seemed to peak, she smiled a knowing, triumphant smile and walked past him, leaving him stunned and speechless. The crowd erupted with cheers, whispers of admiration spreading through the gym like wildfire. It wasn't just about the dress, it was about courage, resilience, and proving that confidence comes from within. But just as everyone thought the story had reached its resolution, the unexpected twist hit. The other girl, the one who had appeared to rival her, approached not with hostility, but with a surprising gesture. She handed the rich boy a folded note, eyes bright with a secretive smile. Curiosity and tension rippled through the room as he unfolded it, and his expression shifted from smugness to utter shock. Whatever was written there instantly changed the dynamics, leaving everyone, including him, speechless. The girl who had accepted the challenge had proven herself, won admiration, and commanded the moment, but the night wasn't over. Secrets had only begun to surface, and the final twist promised that prom night would be remembered far longer than anyone imagined. The rich boy's jaw dropped as he read the note, and for the first time, he felt the weight of his own arrogance. The words revealed that the other girl had been secretly helping her, all along offering advice, encouragement, and even practical tips to make sure she would shine. It wasn't a rivalry. It had been a hidden partnership, a quiet bond of friendship and mutual respect that no one had noticed until now. The gym erupted with applause, not just for the stunning transformation, but for the courage, determination, and teamwork that had made it possible.